Hello and welcome to Quarterlight, your car brochure channel, and in today's episode, Ford Capri. Hello and welcome back. Now, if you're new to Quarterlight, we're actually a car brochure channel here on YouTube, looking at car brochures from around the world for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s, and sometimes beyond that as well. So if you're interested in cars, car brochures, looking back on cars gone by, really, Quarterlight is all about the memories that these cars bring back. Then please do consider subscribing. It is all completely free. Anyway, back to today's episode. We've been looking at this, haven't we? This March 1987 full range brochure for Ford, going through it one at a time. And well, today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to go back 1 month to February 1987. So I'm still going to keep it in the series because I think it's all relevant to these early 87 Fords. Look at the Ford Capri because this is really how it all ended. No longer appearing in March 87, sadly, although really by this time it was kind of like out of fashion in a lot of ways. Anyway, let's have a look at that range. Now, the last couple of weeks, the episodes have been huge because the Sierra ranges have been huge, haven't they? I think the Capri range is much smaller by this time, so hopefully a little bit of a shorter episode. But let's have a look at that now. So here is Capri, just a bit of a reminder. That is the February 1987 all-car range that we're looking at. Sierra, and then in between the Sierra and the Granada we've got Capri. Okay, if I can do that, I'm not doing this as smoothly as I really could have done, really, have I? But if we just flick a couple more pages, and then we should be at Capri again. There we go. So sandwiched in between Sierra and Granada in February 87 is the Ford Capri. In this later brochure, 1 month later, March 87, we went straight from Sierra to Granada, so this vehicle was missing. And I think at this late time, I think it wasn't really a car, how shall I put this, it just wasn't that fashionable anymore, really. There were lots of other cars out there that were more fun to drive, to be honest with you, and felt a lot quicker. So these would have been appearing on D registration plates in the UK, although I have seen some on an E plate as well. So that would kind of like suggest that there wasn't that sort of rush for people to go and get a Ford Capri before production ended, as in the last chance to get get a Capri as in a brand new car. So that would suggest that its time had come, to be honest with you. Like I said, I have seen a few, or I did in the day, so a few on E registration plates. The top, Capri, rewarding to drive, practical to own, because of course it was a hatchback, but not a hatchback really what people wanted. People really wanted a small 2 and 3 and 5 door hatchbacks, really something a little bit more practical and not something with this huge long nose on it. Certainly its day had come, but certainly the Capri had its day, but by this stage I think it was quite some time ago. The model shown here is the Capri 2.8 injection special, so we was badging these the special by this late stage. Anyway, let's turn the page over and see what else we can find. So we turn the page, we get a bit of a general overview, but quite nice to see them in sort of like racing livery there. And then we turn the page again and we actually get the models. So we've got, of course, the Capri Laser. I actually had a 1.6 litre Laser, and actually it was in that colour. A long time ago now, far too long ago. It was on a B registration plate though, and I don't know if it was because I had the 1.6, the lowly 1.6, but it never really inspired me that much. I was drawn to the looks, but then the road manners and performance were pretty dismal really. I think the 2 litre, if you was going to get one of these smaller ones or the lower spec ones, I think the 2 litre was probably the model to go for. Capri Laser, the exclusive special edition Laser, brings even more style and class to the rakish Capri range. So, call it a special edition. I mean, the Laser's been around for a good couple of years by this stage. Anyway, we'll read the text here and then we'll cast our eye over some of these images and then we'll go to the next model. It tells us the rakish Capri Laser is tailored to cut a dash without ripping a hole in your pocket. This exciting variation on Ford's family fastback theme looks good, goes well, and has all the comfort and convenience expected of a stylish, mile-eating coupe. It goes on to tell us the long lean shape that has made Capri so popular is enhanced by many eye-catching features that are unique to the exclusive Laser variant. Body colour grille, bonnet lip and bezels for 4 halogen headlights match each of the bodywork's standard or optional solid, metallic and metallic 2-tone colours. The Laser also brings 2 new colours, lacquer red and mineral blue, to the Capri range. The door mirrors with remote control adjustment on the driver's side get the same body colour treatment. Black painted bumpers at front and rear have the inherent strength, supplemented by sturdy overriders, and I guess this is kind of like reminds me that it was quite an elderly design at the time, because you know there was metal on the bumpers, as in the bumpers rusted, which, you know, by this time I think most cars out there had just moulded bumpers, so I guess that's a testament to what an elderly design it was by this stage. The Laser's identity is also proclaimed by unique tape strikes which share the sleek flanks with protective rubber side mouldings running from wheel arch to wheel arch. Tinted glass and a discreet tailgate mounted spoiler are other attractive items in the value for money Laser package. The low slung car's hard charging image is additionally endorsed by superb RS style alloy wheels whose 4-spoke pattern blends low weight with great strength and durability. They are shod with 185/70 tyres. Inside, leather is used to trim the steering wheel and the gear lever knob. Appropriately stylish Truro cloth trims the seats. The front pair have fully adjustable head restraints and is also featured on the doors and quarter panel inserts. The driver naturally gets a full set of instruments, including a tachometer, and can slide or tilt the Laser's steel sunroof to make the most of fine weather, or to supplement the ventilation system with its powerful 2-speed booster fan. Words and music are provided by Ford's RST 21P MW/LW radio stereo cassette with 4 speakers and an electrically powered aerial. Power and transmission: the overhead camshaft 1.6 engine develops 73.5 PS at 5300 RPM and drives the rear wheels through Laser's standard 5-speed manual gearbox. The combination for vital statistics include 0 to 60 in 13 seconds and a 99 miles per hour maximum. So, like I say, it's not exactly setting the world on fire. And 45.6 mpg at 56 miles per hour. The 2-litre alternative packed with 37% more maximum power and 30% more torque reduces the 0 to 60 time to just 9.6 seconds while increasing top speed to 113, which is kind of like a bit more reasonable, and I kind of like feel that the 2-litre was more suited really to this vehicle. But of course, Capris were as much known for their tiny engines as their big engines, to be honest with you. I mean, my mum at one time had a tiny little 1.3 litre Capri, which was quite the thing. Fitted in conjunction with the 5-speed gearbox, it provides the best of both worlds by being more economical than the smaller engine at both 56 and 75 miles per hour. Ford's auto transmission is optional. We get this tiny little image, and even though it's only a small image showing a tiny bit of the car, because it's such an iconic design, you can immediately tell it's a Capri, can't you? There is some text, just to be honest with you, at the side here, although that's just repeating what we've already read. But yeah, certainly a very iconic design, and certainly reading that text, it just shows you that the Laser, although the range wasn't large like the Sierras, the Capri Laser was basically a base model Capri by this stage, and it was really packed with features. They were really throwing on as much as they possibly can to keep these models moving. And there is that sort of iconic interior, certainly an interior I remember oh so well, and it was quite nice actually, like I say, for what was a base model car at the time. This looks like it's the automatic version, which I think would be a strange choice to have with a Capri. I wonder what percentage of automatics were actually sold. And then a sort of side shot. It's a bit of an unusual or flat sort of image, but nevertheless there it is. Always remember those alloy wheels, quite nice actually, those RS alloy wheels. Bit of a sort of personal story here, if I just zoom in. I remember leaving my Ford Capri to have an MOT test. You know, leave it, come back in the afternoon, see how it went. It passed, incidentally. But while it was waiting in the car park for the MOT test centre, someone actually drove into the front wing there, which was a little bit upsetting at the time. And I always remember they said, "Oh, we'll sort it out. Don't worry about it. You don't need to call insurance. We'll do all the work for you. Don't worry," which they did. But they could never find that little laser decal at the time. Ford must have stopped making it, and I think today you could soon get someone just to make it, couldn't you? But I kind of said, "Oh, forget it." I mean, they said come back in a few weeks, we'll see what I can do. I just said forget it, and ran without it because they weren't the easiest people to deal with. But yeah, I always remember that. You know, these funny little things that stick in your mind. Anyway, what we should do, as there is more models, let's have a look at the next model. So moving on, and kind of like just as I was turning the page, it came to me actually. What they actually said about that laser decal was, "Oh, it's impossible to get that decal. We'll get a sign writer to come in and just paint it straight on there." And I think that's the point where I said, "Oh, don't worry about it," because yeah, I had fears that it was just going to look ridiculous. But anyway, moving on, as we should do, the next model, the Capri 2.8 injection special, packed with character and performance, and very nice alloy wheels. Let's read the description, look at some of these nice images. The Capri range's exotic blend of high quality style, luxury and dazzling race-bred performance is epitomised by the spellbinding 2.8 injection special, a true champion that looks superb from every angle. Exceptionally strong on value, the specification is tailored to optimise characteristics that have made the Capri a legend in its own lifetime. The sleek body is complemented by 13x7 alloy wheels, whose elegance belies their lightweight and immense strength, shod with low-profile 205x60 VR tyres. They make this most coveted of all Capris a car whose road holding and handling cannot be faulted. Equally important, but hidden from view, is the Injection Special's limited slip differential. Designed to maximise traction under difficult conditions, it is a sophisticated feature rarely found in lists of standard equipment. The limited slip differential contributes a great deal to the Capri's crisp, predictable handling and is valuable asset in a car capable of 130 miles per hour. The injection special steering speed comes from a refined but robust V6 engine, fitted with brakeless electronic ignition and the advanced Bosch K Jetronic fuel injection system. It all adds up to 160 PS at 5700 RPM. Externally, the injection special has a body coloured radiator grille, bonnet lip and light bezels to supplement the strong identity provided by its eye-catching wheels. The seats combine the luxury and practicality of high-grade leather with strobe pattern fabric centre panels which match the door and quarter panel inserts. Although the ventilation system is very efficient, its airflow can be increased by tilting or sliding the steel sunroof. The open road is the 5-speed injection special's natural habitat, and its 13-gallon fuel tank, allied to excellent economy, gives a range that can comfortably exceed 300 miles. So there is the interior of the next model up, and certainly very nice seats indeed. Tells us the car illustrated as a Capri 2.8 injection special, options fitted at extra cost, metallic paint, and then says note, rear seat belts are fitted as standard on all Capris. Little bit of a glance at the Capri from the rear. 5-speed gearbox, and of course some of the lowly Sierras only had a 4-speed. And then a look at the front end, and like I said, those quite lovely wheels, injection badge on the side and sort of striping going down the back there. Overall, quite an iconic design, I think you'll agree. And then the prices, so your base model, your 1.6 came in at £7,152.01. I'm sure it was worth saving up a little bit more and getting the 2 litre laser version at £7,606.92. Now moving up to the 2.8 V6 fuel injection, the car you probably wanted, but certainly it was a bit of a jump, so I can understand why people went for the laser. So the 2.8 V6 fuel injected with solid colours, 11,001.85. Metallic colours are £11,150.58, and then the two-tone metallic colours are £11,244.10. Looks like it's going to show us some options too. So if you did want the automatic on the 2 litre laser, it was £522. Like I said, I'm not sure why anyone, well, I guess if you could only drive an automatic, but I'm sure not many people would option that. It seems a strange one for the Capri. Black paint was £105.41. Metallic paint was £148.59. Two-tone metallic was £242.04. That's for the laser models, and then we've seen those amounts added into the prices for the 2.8 injection special. And then it starts talking about all the extra cover prices, so not too much in the way of options really you could actually get on that, really, was it? That's quite surprising. I guess they threw so many things on there as standard because they was trying to make these as attractive as possible at the end. There wasn't really too much for you're able to add on there other than colours and two-tone metallics. But there we go, that is the end of the run for the Capri. Next model up, of course, after the Capri in February 87 would be the rather lovely Granada, although we're going to flip back to our actual brochure March 1987 to look at the Granada, because that's kind of like where we're up to now. And of course, if there's any difference between February and March, we'll kind of like pick them out on that episode, and then we'll wrap this series up, and then I guess I'm going to have to decide what else is going to come on our Ford Fridays. But there we go. Thank you so much for watching today, and like I promised, the Capri range a lot smaller than what the Sierra range, which were vast, weren't they? Just shows. Throwing all those extras on there wasn't really too much way to make more of a range than this. And even at the end, I don't think they were particularly selling like hotcakes, were they? Like I said, a few lingering on in showrooms for quite some time after this. But thank you so much for watching today. If you got any Capri stories, jot it in the comments. Always love reading that, and also your views on the Capri in general and which model you would have chose. I think the 2 litre laser made this more sense, although the 2.8 injection special is probably the car you really wanted. But thank you so much for watching today. We'll end by the way we always end these episodes these days by saying, if you've not done already, please do consider subscribing. It really helps the channel, also keeps you in touch with the channel as well. Just a few of the covers, this is February and March we're moving back to. I hope you've enjoyed the series. Like I say, Granada's going to wrap that up, and maybe we'll talk about which model we will choose. But I'll add a couple of boxes over here somewhere. One will be for where we're up to with the range of this March 1987 brochure, but we did jump back to the old shape Sierra for a moment as well, didn't we? But like I said, I'll put that series up here somewhere, and there'll probably be another random brochure there to click on if you wish. But there's over 500 videos out there, amazingly enough. So if you do look through our back catalogue, I'm sure there's something you will be interested in. But thank you so much for watching today. But we'll see you very soon. Take care and goodbye.